inspired by?
I think definitely in a big way. Like, I do feel like we grew up idolizing surfers that were in surf videos, and being able to create those to kind of put back into the community is, I feel like it's super important, and it's obviously so fun for us. And I think that's what creates that cyclical progression of the sport. And it's fun because you match it in a creative way. It's not just the act of surfing, but it's also the editing and everything that goes into it. So I think, yeah, it's a great excuse to get out there and have fun with your friends. And Alex as well, who videoed and edited the piece, is one of our great friends. So getting on the road like that is just such a joy for us. And the fact that we can still do it is really rad.
Maybe you guys could speak to the challenges. I think nowadays at that instant gratification mode with surfing, you know, we're seeing less of like the old school, you know, the like trilogy that we're seeing tonight. We're seeing less of that, and these shorter versions. I mean, do you feel that there's an importance and a necessity to still every year come out with something to kind of keep the stoke alive?
I think so, for sure. I mean, everyone can identify with like social media and how instant everything is in a way, and I think sometimes the longer films can have positives and negatives nowadays, where it's like stuff can be dated, or maybe it's just a lot more production to put into. And sometimes I think like these flicks are more really about like that hot passion in a moment that you're really putting everything into, and then you kind of move through it. And total respect to Trilogy. If anyone here hasn't seen Trilogy, that movie is maybe the best film I've ever seen. It's rad.
The one we're going to see tonight.
Yeah, the one you'll see tonight.
So you're going on the record. You're saying maybe best ever, and if you're here, get ready for it.
Get ready. I mean, it's an all-star crew, and you agree, right? I mean, it's like all time. So
it's cool because I think it does celebrate the different approaches of storytelling through surf. And Trilogy, when we saw it we got to do a pairing at another festival, and we were just so blown away by the way it was captured. You know, they have like drones that are flying from this direction through, and the pairing of Ethan and Griffin and those guys is so amazing. But the thing I take away is it's the inspiring video that makes you, it's like escapism. You want to get out there, you want to do it yourself and kind of push your own little boundaries. So,
and we'll be speaking with one of the creative forces, Andrew. You know, doesn't come from surfing, so he took a very interesting perspective on that movie. So you guys have been part of a lot of projects, but I always find like the continuous kind of stream of consciousness is positivity. You guys are never angry. You're never, and that kind of, you see that with some of the stuff that comes out of the industry. But maybe talk about the ethos, the Gudauskas ethos of just keeping, looking at the Mai Tai is half full.
Yeah, the Mai Tai is half full. Yeah. I like that. I mean, if you're surfing, you're trying to have a good time. I think that, and the general community of surf is pretty uplifted people, I'd say, and it's really rad having things like this with the festivals because it just celebrates that. Like, everybody has hardships in their life, and I think getting together and being able to talk and share those communal stories kind of keeps you lifted somewhat and keeps you accountable to other people. So for us, we've always had each other, so it's always easy to kind of lift one or the other up. And I don't know if that answers the question, but definitely the Mai Tai is always pretty full, and I'm always pretty thirsty, so it works.
With a little rum floater on top. Always go for the rum floater. Any projects coming up for the winter? You guys, we joke about this with all the filmmakers. Now that you've just, you finished something, it's in the pipeline, and everyone always goes to the question, what's next? But anything we can look forward to, like, anything green lit where, kind of keeping the dream alive?
Yeah, we're always got something cooking. I think Tanner's been working on a series called Finders Keepers. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but it's really cool going back to the roots of like Craigslist and old boards and kind of history of surf through these old surfboards. And you've got a couple of those coming out. We've got stuff with the G-Skate, which is the model we're doing with Channel Islands, which is really exciting. And then we've got a couple kid events coming up that we're doing in the summertime with Positive Vibe Warriors. So it's exciting. A lot of fun stuff, and hopefully back here doing more.
We take a lot of pride with Coast Film and Music Festival being here in Orange County and Laguna. And we definitely consider San Clemente, our close brother / sister. What do you guys love so much, to call it home and to, keep calling it home? What makes this place special for you?
I do think Southern California has a unique feeling. Like when you travel the world and you come home, there's this familial sense. And even for us, that we look at it the same way, like always come up to Laguna. It specifically here, it's a artistic creative community. So we always were looking at it and just really inspired by it. And I think that outside of the box mentality, you're close to the ocean, you're outdoors, and a lot of people thinking that certain way is pretty contagious. So I think, for us, we're lucky to still call it home. And I don't know, what do you think on that?
No, I agree. I mean, like you said, Laguna, every little nucleus of surf has its own community and has its own flavor. And I think, now being off tour and being home with the family, growing a family, it's like I feel so grateful to be here and have so much variety in your backyard and the industry and all these filmmakers and artists. It's really humbling actually to see the whole world and come back and go, I'm really stoked to be here in the moment, you know.
It's funny, as surfers, we always took it for granted. As you're growing up, you're surrounded by some of the best shapers, and all the companies are springing up, whether it be Volcom, this and that, and Rourke here in Laguna Beach, which is we're going to be doing Absent Without Leave, their New Zealand trip. Rourke guys keep it pretty creative as well.
Oh, 100% they do, yeah. They keep it real authentic.
And we have Trilogy to look forward to. So I want to thank you both. Another round of applause. Gudauskas Brothers, Sunburn.
Thank you, guys.